Hello and welcome to Rada Cutlery's YouTube channel. My name is Blake Landau and I'm going to be showing you a series of videos that include my recipes, techniques that I've acquired over the years. Today we're making a Maple Frango using local dairy cream, farm fresh eggs, pure grade A dark maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, and vanilla. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the pure maple syrup and the apple cider vinegar, put it into a saucepan, and bring it up to a boil. There it is. And we'll put that on the back burner, shut the heat off, and we'll move on to the eggs, separating those. Okay, now that we have the maple syrup and the apple cider vinegar that has come to a boil and set on the back burner, we're going to take the eggs and we're going to separate them. And what I do is I just basically crack it into a bowl and separate it from there. A lot of people like to take the eggs and use the shell to separate. I don't bother with that. I get my hands dirty and use my hands to separate the eggs. Now that we got the eggs separated, the yolks in the bowl, we're going to use the Rada Cutlery Handi-Stir, and we're going to whisk these until they're fully incorporated, as well as got a little bit of a whiteness to them. You want to get a little air into them. Fully incorporated. It gives us enough time to cool down the maple syrup and the apple cider vinegar mixture. I've allowed the maple syrup and apple cider vinegar to cool down. I'm going to slowly drizzle it in there. And you just want to make sure that it's cooled down enough so that way it doesn't cook the egg. When whisking it into the egg, I don't like to add any more liquid than there is actual egg. The balance between the sweetness of the maple syrup and the acidity of the apple cider vinegar is what gives it a really good flavor. The apple cider vinegar actually is more of a salt or a seasoning that kind of brings out the sharpness of the maple. Now, this is our egg and maple mixture. The next step we're going to do is we're going to whisk our heavy cream and we're going to fold it into this mixture. The final and remaining step of making the Maple Frango is incorporating the last two ingredients, and it's the heavy cream and the vanilla. And we use 3 cups of heavy cream, and it is a lot and it becomes a lot, but the sweetness of the maple syrup and the acidity of the apple cider vinegar is really actually very pungent, so you need to mild it down by using quite a bit of heavy cream. So we'll go ahead and we'll get it in this mixer. Gonna bring it up to stiff peaks. Now the vanilla. Okay. So you want it to be able to stand up and be stiff peaks. You don't want soft peaks, because we're going to fold it into the mixture. If you go too long, the cream will turn into butter. Alright, now we're going to fold together these 2 ingredients, and I like to feel the bottom of the bowl and make sure that the egg mixture is cooled down enough, because we don't want it to be too warm to where we make the heavy whipping cream fall. So to fold it in the product, we take 1/3 of the cream and we're going to add it in there, and we're going to fold it until it's fully incorporated. And the folding technique helps with maintaining the air that is in the whipped cream. Similar in making a mousse. So there's 1/3 that's in there. We'll take the next third, cut it, Fold it. Now it looks like it's becoming a seasoned whipped cream almost, a flavored whipped cream. And then we'll take the last third. If you were to taste it after the first third, it's too rich. So like I said before, it seems like a lot of whipped cream, but once you get it fully incorporated in there, then it becomes nice and balanced, sweet and savory. And when making the whipped cream, you would think that it'd be smart to add a little bit of sugar to kind of sweeten the cream up. But like I said, there's so much sweetness in that maple syrup mixture that you don't need any sugar into that whipped cream. So once this is fully incorporated, then we're going to add it into our pan. I like to use a shallow pan, something that's going to freeze a little bit quicker. The final step then is just kind of spread it out in the pan. Make it look nice and pretty. I'm going to stick it in the freezer. For the blueberry sauce that's going to be accompanying the Maple Frango, we're going to take some fresh blueberries, some sugar, some fresh lemon juice. We'll cut part of the lemon rind and we'll chop that up and add that into the pan while it's cooking too. Start with the lemon. I like to start by cutting off the ends. Cut it down the middle. We'll create a little wedge. All right. Fillet the lemon. Cut out the pith, which is the white bitter part. Applying pressure to the blade, pressing down, it helps you fillet that white off. And then you can cut it into little strips. Turn to the side, cut them into little bite size, little cubes, as French would call it brunoise. You put the brunoise lemon peel in the pan there, like so. Blueberries, sugar, add a little bit of water, and then we'll take it over to the range and we'll heat it up. So we're going to put these blueberries, the sugar, and the vanilla or the lemon peel into the pan, and we're going to bring that up. The sugars help break down the blueberries. The acidity of the lemon helps with kind of bringing out the sharpness and the flavor of the blueberries. It's more or less, once again, acting as a salt seasoning, making it taste a little bit better. Once this comes up in temperature, you'll see the blueberries bleed a little bit and it will start to look like a sauce. Alright, now that we're getting it to the boiling point, you can see the steam come off of it. It is starting to become more of a sauce. You'll want to at least let it reduce into a syrup. The sugar and the water make it a simple syrup, more or less. There it goes. You could technically use it at this point. If you want it to be a little bit more of a thick sauce, you can let it reduce by half. The moisture's coming out, the water's coming out, which is concentrating down the flavors, making it taste more blueberry, if you will. And that looks pretty good to me. And we'll go ahead and stop it there. We can let that rest. We don't want it too hot necessarily when we pour it on the Maple Frango. We're going to cut portion of the store-bought angel food cake, and we're going to start plating. We have our Maple Frango, which has been freezing in the freezer. And we have our blueberry sauce, which we just got done making. Just trim this up. Like so. Take our ice cream scoop. The water on the ice cream scoop helps make it a nice smooth scoop. Perfect. Now our blueberry sauce, it's got some liquid and then it's got some body to it. Take a little bit of the liquid, bring it across the bowl. I always like to go on and around. The color contrast is beautiful. Thank you for watching. It's been a lot of fun. This is my first of many videos that we'll be doing. Stay tuned for many more and look forward to having you back.